Shantia B, and we're in New York City for the 5th Annual WEEN Awards. Tonight is nothing going to be filled with glamour, philanthropy, and black girl magic. I've got all your covered and all your exclusive interviews. You're watching Shantia B TV. So if there's anything you would tell your 20-year-old self, what would you tell yourself?
My 20-year-old self, I would probably tell her to be yourself. Don't try to change who you are, because at the end of the day, you know, you are beautiful, you're enough, and just feel good about what you do, because nobody can take that away from you. You're talented.
What would you tell your 20-year-old self starting early in your career?
You got a long way to go. You know what? I don't know that I would tell myself anything. I think when you're 20 years old, the biggest thing that you have is your belief and your faith, and I think that is so wonderful. I think the most important thing for the youth to maintain is the belief in the impossible, because you guys can achieve anything. You have so much time and you have so much to offer, and so whatever that thing is that makes everything seem like I can do that, like, keep that.
What is your main definition of empowerment to you?
The definition of empowerment? Empowerment to me means not only having a platform or having a strength or ability to help someone, but it's also being willing to use that, you know what I mean? It's a noun and a verb, you know what I'm saying? I feel empowered by the fact that I know that I'm able to help people when I can. I know I'm able to pass on a little bit of knowledge of things that I've learned, and try and be a good example for people. That's empowering to me.
Yeah. So how does it feel for you to be at the WEEN Awards tonight?
So I love being with the WEEN Awards because I love what Felicia's done with the organization, number one. Supporting young women who are coming up through women who have already come up, I think is a great model. But also, it's Roxy's night.
Yes,
Roxy's my girl. Roxy's my girl, my Scorpio sister, and we worked together for so long on 106 & Park. She is my heart.
How does it feel to watch the girl from seeing her just at the audition, or you want to talk about the audition process, to her all the way being at the Daily Share?
I love seeing her growth. She's progressed so far from that first day on 106 & Park, or to your point, to the audition before that, and to what she's doing on HLN and her other ventures right now, I think is just spectacular.
So what would you tell women that are trying to go into even as Roxy, or even just going into the entertainment business?
Whatever your craft is, whatever it is that you want to do professionally, hone your craft, right? None of this, the people who do it well make it look easy, but it's not easy. There's a lot of study involved. There's a lot of character involved. There's a lot of politicking and relationship building that is involved. So study the craft.
I'm here with Cari Champion. You're watching Shantia B TV. We are here for the 5th Annual WEEN Awards.
This is true.
Yes, you are honored tonight. Congratulations.
I'm so excited. I'm so happy to be here. It's a wonderful event.
What was your initial reaction hearing that you were honored?
Well, I was surprised because when you work, you don't think that people are paying attention to your work and all the things that you do in the community. But when someone stops to say, "Hey, we appreciate you. We know what you're doing," it really means a lot to me, because everything I do for the next lady behind me. I do for the next young girl behind me. I see you. That's why I asked you how old you were, and I'm all like, I love it, because I want to see you do great and be great. If this is what you want to pursue, I want to be here to help you. I want to be an example of what you should do and what you can be.
Thank you. That's why I've recently listened to your podcast, Be Honest, and you had Jeezy on there. How is it for you to have Jeezy on there? And I know you talked about Missouri and finding the gap in between politics and everything going on now.
Well, I'm glad you did your research. You're going to be a great reporter. So she did her research. She's good.
Thank you.
I'm really proud. So Jeezy was great. My podcast is about having a voice in sports and being an African-American woman, but being able to talk about so many things in the community, our culture, that are inside of sports and outside of sports. A lot of the athletes that we cover, we only see them as millionaires who do funny and fancy things, but they are humans. They have power. They have influence. And that particular podcast with Jeezy meant a lot to me, because Jeezy is truly an example of started from the bottom, now we're here. He always wanted to be something, but he had to get out of the streets, right? So he had to get out of the streets and then turn his hustle into something legal, and then turn it into something that could be respected, and it's impossible to do that. And the reason why his music is so popular with athletes is because every athlete can understand that grind. Like, they want to be something, they want to be somebody, and that's why I love Jeezy so much.
And I love Jeezy as well, and his new album, which is absolutely dope.
Church in the Streets, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Church in the Streets. My first one, Grind State, Like that, just the very first thing you hear, he's like, grind over shine, grind over mine. And I'm like, that's how I live my life, like work constantly.
I'm Shantia B, and I'm here with Tiffany Smith Anoa'i for the 5th Annual WEEN Awards. You are honored tonight. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
What was your reaction when you know you got honored tonight?
When I received word that I was being honored, I was elated. It was one of the things that you don't really think, I'm just doing my job. Why should I get honored for it? But I realized the WEEN platform, other young girls need to see this, because I always say, if you can't see it, you can't be it. So it's important for them to reflect what they see on that stage.
Myself being a WEEN Academy graduate from 2015, what would you tell girls that are trying to move into the entertainment industry?
I would tell them to remain relentless in their pursuit. Make sure that you're a student of the business, and that means whatever business that you might be in. The other thing is you have to make sure that you are not thinking that there's only one road to get somewhere. Utilize your relationships that you're making right now in order to get you where you need to be. And the other thing is that I love to say is create your own, right? Do it. Anyone that has an iPhone is a content creator, right? Or a phone or a Samsung. I'm not repping for iPhone, right? Samsung, right? Anyone that has any device is a content creator, and your voice is important, so make sure that it's heard.
Yes. Now, a lot of people and women don't negotiate when it comes to payment of everything going on in the industry. How do you feel about negotiation?
I always say the art of negotiation, really, that I think that sometimes us women get a bad rap for that, and I know that it's uncomfortable, but I always say you don't get what you deserve, let's say, right? You get what you negotiate. So one of the things is when they show you in dollars and cents, when you see it plainly and you're leaving money on the table, you want to make sure that you're negotiating for what you're worth.